First frame, Barry Hawkins to break.
It's best of 9, and this is a match in Group H. Tough group, this. He had a great win yesterday, Hawkins, over Ricky Walden, 5-0. Steve Davis is in there, Andrew Paget, Mohamed Asif as well. Wattana's won his first 2 matches. And Barry Hawkins has also won his first 2 matches, so both riding high at the moment.
One.
Terrific pot from Barry Hawkins. Heard a lot about burnout last season. Barry played in just about everything and ended up giving Ronnie O'Sullivan a real match in that World Final.
Seven. Eight.
It's 9th in the world rankings currently. Of course, no points available for this one, but even so, plenty of match practice, prize money. Got to the last 16 last year, did Hawkins, lost 6-2 here to Sean Murphy.
16.
Nice, delightful little cannon, and now the frame at his mercy.
23. 24. 31.
So he's not too far away now from clinching this frame. Red McCullough should do it.
32.
And these 6 reds frames, they can go like this. You do see some battles, safety battles, but quite often if there's a good chance and the reds split immediately, then you do see these frames just taken out like this in a matter of minutes. Could do with this last red though, because obviously Wattana would play on.
37.
And in it goes. So great start for England's Barry Hawkins.
Barry Hawkins, 38.
Well, I just wonder whether Wattana will come back. It's 3, he won't. He's going to stay in his seat. 3 snookers needed, but he'd rather get on with the next frame. Well, Wattana, big favourite, of course, with the crowd, but Hawkins, you've got to make favourite for the match, and he's made a good start, winning a very swift frame there to lead James Wattana 1-0. Welcome back. Just to explain to Judd Trump fans tuning in, we did trail his match, but at the very last minute it was switched to this one, Barry Hawkins against James Wattana, so that's what we're watching. Hawkins leading 1-0. Ooh. Well, that could have finished a lot worse, couldn't it? He's got away with that, he knows it. James Wattana, one of the great figures in snooker, I think, because he pretty much single-handedly was responsible for the Thai snooker boom. We talk about China now, but in the 90s, early 90s, it was Thailand, and it's because of this man. twice won his home ranking title.
Played him a few times as well, actually, David, on the tour, and he's a sort of guy who was very difficult to pick. You know what I mean? He's got such a good temperament, very placid. You know, there was no features, no emotion from him. You're looking to try and get under the skin of your opponent, but it was very difficult with James. He had a great temperament, still has.
Yes, he was once as high as third in the world. And in the early 90s, very much one of the best players in the world. Won 3 ranking titles. Of course, Hawkins now himself is in the top 10. And there's no doubt as Wattana started to decline, which he did in the kind of mid-90s, late 90s, the interest did tail off a little in Thailand. They don't have ranking events now, but the 6 Reds is popular here. So it's good to have a tournament back in Thailand.
Well, that's the view that Hawkeye has got. And there's not much on there, really, for Barry. It was a good safety shot from James. Oof, that was close. Well, he hasn't covered it. The only bonus is we watched the replay. He's left it slightly awkward near the brown. But that wasn't far away. I think it'll be going in this time, though. Just enough room to get the cue in there.
One.
Well, it could have been better, but he's okay. He has a shot on the pink. Won his first 2 matches here, James. Both of them have done the same actually in this group, so expect these 2 players to come through their group.
7.
Well, there'll be disappointment if James Wattana doesn't with the local supporters.
8.
At the 1992 British Open, he made only the 4th televised maximum. We've now had a total of 98, not all televised, but on the official list. He's made 3 in his career. Can't make one here. Highest possible break, 75, although I suppose with a free ball, 83. So Hawkins impressive
21.
in the first frame, but in his seat in the second. We don't see much of Wattana on TV these days. It's good to see him out there again. Maybe this will inspire him a little more than the qualifying setup does.
22.
Played that one nicely. Just got the problem with the final red on the left hand side, because with red and blue he'll still need that final red.
28.
But that's perfect. He can just drop this blue in, get in behind this red. Well, good response from James here then in this second frame, and Barry a little bit unlucky because that attempted pot was not that far away. So this final red now is frame ball.
33.
And if this goes in, well, I don't think we'll see Barry come back to the table. I think he might concede this one, get on with the next one. well played. I
24.
like this format with the 6 reds, David. It's not like the slow burn with the 15 reds, is it? You know, it's pretty quick fire.
Yes, and every sport has various formats and shortened formats, and it's only one tournament a year, so it doesn't do any harm, certainly. Well, he's missed that one, so 2 snookers.
Ratchapol on
Hawkins
34.
is going to play on.
I suppose just giving himself a little bit of time and get used to the conditions. First time on this this match table for these two snookers. Well, they can be got. But if this yellow goes in, I think this frame is over.
It's a nice pot.
2.
It's still there, David. You never lose the talent, do you?
Yeah, and like I say, I think he'll be relishing being back out there on TV, particularly, of course, in his native country.
It's nicely played.
5.
Wow, what about that one? Great shot.
Nine.
As I just mentioned, both players on 2 wins in this group, so whoever wins this one is virtually through anyway to the latter stages. And this could be a little
14.
banana skin here for Barry Hawkins, which obviously now is the higher ranked player. But this is good play here from James.
20.
Yes, he's played a really good frame. And what a nice little clearance this has been as well.
27.
James Wattana, Thailand's greatest ever snooker player, has got himself on the scoreboard. Barry Hawkins 1, James Wattana 1.
Just avoided the blue. Wasn't a few players ready this week catch that blue, because obviously you're hitting the red slightly higher on the table there. You have to put a little bit more side on the cue ball if you're playing the conventional break-off shot. But that's not too bad actually. He's kept them quite tight. But with a safety shot here, they will certainly open up. A little bit on the thick side, that's why the white hasn't got to the baulk cushion, but it's not a bad finish now. That will do.
Yes, danger here really, because all the reds have split. You can see it's not too friendly from Barry's perspective. Snookered on all of them.
Ooh, he's missed that by a fraction. If he just glances it on the air, look at that, I'm not surprised. If he glances that on the way through, that would have probably been about the best place he could have got, really, for the cue ball. Well, unfortunately, Okay, he's caught the red, but he's turned it over. And it might be end of frame. I think James has got a slight angle here to get out for the black. Just look where all the reds are.
1.
Well, he's in again. A little fortunate with the safety to finish behind the green, but that's what you need at this game. You take full advantage when it comes around. Played well in the second. He might about to go 2-1 up here.
9.
I can tell you, Mike, we were wondering why the match was switched. I've been told that I already turned up late. So that's twice he's done that in the tournament. So he wasn't here to play, and we had to show you something, so we're showing you this one. So beyond our control, I'm afraid.
16.
But this is shaping up to be a really entertaining match. Both have played well so far. Just checking the scoreboard. He's not going to need that red by the pink.
25. 30. 31.
Well, again, of course, make sure you get the cannon, otherwise you leave yourself snookered. Barry wants more sitting in his chair. Well played. Well, we saw one earlier today with Neil Robertson, caught the red the other side, and that was just about the same
38.
result. So it's going to be 2-1 to James then. Good match this so far. It's only 3 frames gone, but it's high
39.
quality.
Yes, and a great start to the tournament for James Wattana. He's already won his first 2 matches. He's beaten Steve Davis and Mohamed Asif, so playing well on home soil.
46. 48.
Potting some really good balls. I know the pressure's off because the frame's won, but even so, it's nice to see Wattana playing like this. If you've been watching snooker
51.
for a while and you remember him when he was just a young man, it's good to see him queuing nicely here. Played as a teenager when Barry Hearn first brought his stable of players, the likes of Steve Davis, to Thailand in the mid-80s. James beat a couple of them in invitation events. He was only 16, 17.
60.
And he reached the final of the Asian Open here in his first season, 1989. Lost out to Stephen Hendry, but that was a sign of his great potential. And indeed the potential of snooker in Thailand.
66.
Well, he got a little lucky with that snooker behind the green, but even so, nothing wrong with this. Terrific stuff from James Wattana, who takes the lead, and fair to say the local fans enjoyed that. So, good start, high quality start here. James Wattana leads Barry Hawkins 2-1. Yes, Ratchapol, or James Wattana, as he's better known, breaking off in frame 4. You'll notice the Thai television have his Thai name, which is understandable, but we're going to call him James Wattana simply because we always have done.
And it's a bit easier as well. Good break-off shot. Got Barry snookered again. And we know what happened in the last frame.
He was so eager to start the frame as well, wasn't he? Couldn't wait to break off. He's played well, Wattana, so far, and Hawkins, having won the first frame very comfortably, he's just on the back foot now. Again, he's snookered on all the reds.
Got to be careful here. That's nearly the pink.
Foul and miss.
Well, that will go
Ratchapol
back.
6.
Yeah, of course, in normal snooker, 15 red snooker, there would be a big target there, the pack, and you would expect the player to roll into it, but it's not quite so big now. When you take 9 reds off the table.
Well, just the slight adjustment then. Obviously, he's not looking to hit these too hard. He could push one into the open. Well, that's pacey. Well, there you go. Too pacey. It could cost him dear.
One.
He's got a perfect angle to stun into the 3 reds here. Hold for the other one. He could get them open. It could be a frame winning chance. And there's the grip on the butt of the cue. Oh, he's missed the black. You must make sure of the black. Even if you don't get position. You might have just thrown this frame away now. Again, with 15 reds or whatever, 12, 13, you might fancy yourself getting another chance, but not with 6 reds. Well, in this case now, 5, and they're all pretty much open.
1.
He's just left that a little bit awkward. Well, this is missable. Well played. Good steady hand there.
Meanwhile, in this group, I can tell you Steve Davis has beaten Ricky Walden 5-2. It's a great win for Steve. I don't know whether you can call this the group of death. There's always one in every sporting event, but it's a pretty tough one.
9.
Wattana was going so well, but that missed black could well be very costly here.
$16. 17.
Well, that red near the pink is not tight behind the pink. It will, I think it will pot into this corner pocket. He's played on the other one first anyway. Well, let's see how he plays this off the blue, whether he'll play the little cannon or obviously
24.
he'll drop in behind the red. But I think there's enough showing there for it to pot.
25.
This next shot will tell us. He hasn't got a great angle actually to get the cannon, so obviously he's playing on the red. Great win for Steve Davis there, Dave, in this group, because he'd won one, lost one, so he's put himself back in the hunt, hasn't he, to qualify?
30.
You can never write him off, can you? It was Davis that Wattana beat in one of his Thailand Open victories.
31.
But in this frame, looks like that black that he missed has cost him. Hawkins just needs colour here, and it should be 2-2. And there it is.
Well, we saw a 5-0 for Neil Robertson against Jimmy White earlier today, but this could go all the way. I think we might need all 9 frames.
40. 43.
So Wattana knows it could have been 3.
47. 50. 52.
Well, Barry Hawkins so confident in general at the moment after his great season. The one just gone.
58.
And he's responded well here. Having lost the last 2 frames to this man who played very well, but one missed black, it's cost him.
And a frame.
And Barry Hawkins dishes up nicely with the break of 65 to make it 2-2. A real high quality match this. They're not hanging around. Already it's 2-2. First to 5 wins. We're back with more after the break. Barry Hawkins breaking off here in frame 5, 2 apiece with James Wattana. This is Group H, the last of the 8 groups in the World Six Race Championship. Just to reiterate, coming into play today, Wattana had played 2-1-2 and Barry Hawkins had played 2-1-2, so both have done well so far. Top 4 of the 6 will qualify for the last 32. And again, from the break off, Snooker on every red. This time it's Wattana.
Two cushions. It's got to be dead weight. I think that's okay. I think he might have covered this red to the right corner. It's not touching. Can Barry see enough of this red? Well, he thinks he can. Well, James a little bit unlucky there. I thought he'd gone slightly high, well, just high enough to cover that red, but Barry's not played a great positional shot there. He's, as we see James in the chair. Just left this a little bit low, but he's just dropping it in for the open red. Good match between these two, this. Good quality. Some good scoring visits.
8.
Yes, it's been more competitive than I suspect the Judd Trump match that we were originally intending to show you would have been. Hossein Ayori turned up late. He's done that twice now in 4 matches at the tournament. It's a little bit shabby, but anyway, it's our fortune really, because this has been a good match and I'm sure it will continue to be.
Nine.
Well, he was hoping that pink would have bounced off the cushion a little more. He's out of position now. I can't see him taking anything on here. Okay, there's a pot on the green, but I think it has to be a safety.
Barry Hawkins, 9.
Just left a little bit sticking out there, so he's forcing James into opening up the reds here. And you'll have to be careful with this one. So Hawkins shows us the shot. So easy to leave reds on from these positions if you don't get the cue ball correct. Well, that's not bad. I think the red that's furthest away from us will pot. Always better to get those on the thin side. Good pace on the cue ball. Safety shots, David. What's going on? Not having this.
High quality ones though, yes, it's a cagier frame. Not, I suppose it's getting a cagey match now, halfway through. And they both played well, they've each seen their opponent play well, so they don't want to leave any sort of pot on.
Great shot. Managed to avoid the blue. Oh, slow down. It's not bad now.
Yes, little tap on the table from Barry Hawkins. Of course, Wattana, when he turned pro, based himself in Bradford, where a lot of really good players also practiced, including, of course, Joe Johnson.
I think Joe took him under his wing for a little bit, didn't he?
Yes, he learnt English, Wattana, playing Scrabble. And learnt snooker, professional snooker, as I say, based in Bradford.
Do you know what his highest ever point tally was then? I don't mean on the green base.
Not sure, not sure. John D would know. John D, former snooker journalist, spent many hours playing Scrabble with him.
Foul.
Ah.
Ratchapol, Pu-Ob-Orm, 4.
Well, the only good news, he's got distance between them, but it's not as intended, clearly. Well, he spent a long time lining that up, but he didn't go in. Could have finished a lot worse for Wattana, though.
Well, he'll be a little bit disappointed there because that was a really good chance to put James in some trouble if he gets the cue ball tight to the black. Well, it's not an easy safety, but I think he could possibly play a cross double here and bring the white back up towards this top cushion. Well, at least he got the second part right with the cue ball. Okay, he didn't get the pot, but white is in the correct position. Yes, big match for these two in this group. Like I say, they've won 2 each. They know that if they win this one, they are through really to the next stage.
Well, it's the cages frame we've seen so far. And really, at this point, it's an irrelevance that it's 6 reds. It just feels like a normal frame of snooker, a safety battle going on.
Oh, it's a good shot now. He's avoided the pink. Okay, there is a pot on to the green pocket, but it's not easy. Not from that distance, and Barry, as you can see, just nearly tucked under this top cushion. think it's one of those situations where you might be forced into a pot here because it's not that easy to get safe. Well, just pushing the red to the cushion, trying to cover the other two, which he hasn't quite done.
Well, a young fan there watching intently.
Well, again, what about this one? Great shot. It was nearly perfect. Of course, he's got all of the experience. Playing on the main tour for all those years. As we already said, James, former world number 3. So he knows what he's doing. He's putting Barry under a little bit of pressure here. Well, obviously not as intended. The brown's close.
Foul.
It gets worse. And he's left everything on
Ratchapol
for
for
James.
4.
So won't be best pleased with that shot.
One.
Well, Wattana played some excellent safety. It's now a question of whether he can take advantage here.
Six. Seven. Eleven. 12.
Good solid match play from James here. Now those two excellent safeties, bringing the cue ball down towards this top cushion, had Barry in a lot of trouble, which has created this opening. A few dignitaries from the IBSF around the world. Seen some good quality snooker today. Neil Robertson
17.
was on fire against Jimmy White, and this is an excellent match between these two. Great shot, bang in the middle. It needed potting. Well, he'll still need that green though on the side cushion if he takes the brown. He's done the maths. Brown, yellow and green needed.
He seemed to take his time doing the maths, so he only just kind of cottoned on, I think, that he still needs the green.
Difficult to get on the green from there. They might even refuse the pot and play a good safety.
22.
Should have made sure he got onto the yellow properly. And so anywhere on that side cushion with a cue ball would have been okay, but I don't think he'll take the pot on here. There's no percentage in it. And again, just look at that. Great shot. He's got Barry in trouble once more. Lots of experience in that shot. I don't know whether the natural angle is on from this left-hand cushion, because I think the middle pocket's in the way. He might just have to go beyond the middle and bounce it a little, but he's playing with topspin, so is the angle on? Oh, that's unbelievable. You can stand there all day and not do that. How has he gone around the yellow?
On 4.
Well, it didn't look like there was much room to do that. Incredible, really.
Well, as soon as it came off that side cushion, David, I thought that's a good shot, but how has he gone around that?
Well, he's got to hit it this time. He's 25 behind now, with 27 on, so has to hit this.
Well, he has done, but I think he's left it on. I think James can't see enough of that yellow to pot it. It was an awkward snooker. This is frame ball then. Tell you what, he's played some really good safety shots in this frame, James Wattana. He's had Barry in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, this is a tough old battle, and certainly in the safety area, Wattana is on top.
I think Barry's thinking, you're not allowed to play like this, James. You're getting on a bit now, you know.
Well, of course, Wattana learnt it the hard way against the likes of Steve Davis and all the great players from 20 years ago.
Well, it's over now.
Well, he's really got stuck in here. Wattana.
7.
Very proud, I'm sure, to be centre stage in his home country. Barry Hawkins knows that this is a real tough battle. He's played pretty well himself, but he's gone behind here
12.
to a very determined James Wattana. Who now leads by 3 frames to 2. And as I say, the safety game there, the tactical game, really came to the fore. Wattana in front here in Bangkok. Wattana breaking off here, hoping to take a 2-frame lead. Another player who's won earlier on, Mark Davis, of course, he's the defending champion. He's in Group A, so he's now played 3-1-2. He lost out yesterday to Dominic Dale, but I'm sure we'll be seeing Mark. We'll see him tomorrow, actually, against Gary Wilson, but I'm sure we'll see him in the knockout phase later in the week.
Well, that was a nice little flick off the brown there. I think there's edges of reds that James can hit. Well, that said it's not in hitting area. I wonder whether you can see that left on red as we look. He's looking at, obviously can't. It's a 2-cushion escape. Great shot. Well, Hawkeye was spot on there. He couldn't see a red, and he'd be fairly pleased with that. Doesn't want to go 4-2 behind the way James is playing. That's a great shot. Nicely played. Just look at the pace there. Yes, again, little tap on the table to say well played. Well, no doubt this is has been the best match of the tournament so far. Mind you, I suppose you can't really say that because you haven't seen a lot of the other matches on the other tables, but the ones on the TV table anyway.
Yes, as far as we're aware, it has been. Yeah, it's competitive. That's the point. They're both playing well. We've seen a couple of matches already. Well, most of the matches, frankly, on this table we've seen have been one-way traffic, as we saw earlier when Neil Robertson beat Jimmy White 5-0.
Well, there's a straightest red to the left corner pocket. I wonder whether James might be tempted with it. I'm sure he's thinking about it. Could play a safety off the left on red. But he could knock this in and get onto the black. Worst case scenario is going to be 3 apiece, but it could be 4-2. Well, there's a fair way away there, and he's caught the others. Well, he's put his hand up there because he thought that he'd got away with it, but the red has just travelled down the table enough to be on. Long way away there.
One. Six. Seven.
Played that well. Good touch to get there.
14.
Just got the awkward red near the top cushion. Well, actually the one on the left hand side is, but he's got left hander, should be okay with that one.
15.
I wonder whether he might just get this one out the way on the top cushion. He's got options, of course. Well, there you go. He's played on it. And if you can just drop this in, and James knows if he gets a good angle on the black, he could disturb the red near the left cushion. Well, it's too straight for that. So he'll play on the open one, of course. Well, black, red, black, or pink would be enough to leave James needing snookers.
$30.
Oh, Barry, what are you
Barry
doing?
Hawkins, 30.
Nothing to do with the ball. Well, it jumped a little bit, but I think that was just a bad shot. All he had to do was drop it in for the pink. Well, I wonder whether he got a slight kick there. I might give him this little bit of benefit of the doubt. Shouldn't have missed that, though.
One.
Well, it's all about position on this final red now for James. He could steal this one, and that would hurt Barry. Can he get the angle off two cushions here? I don't think he's got the angle to get into the red. He'd probably have the angle just to drop in behind it. Great shot.
7.
Still needs potting though, but it's one of those. If it goes in, it wins him the frame. Great shot. Too straight on the pink, he'll have to play the blue.
Well, we saw Barry Hawkins in his chair there. He missed that straightforward red to the left centre, completely unexpected. He's going along so well. Is it going to cost him this frame?
15.
You would think so.
Can't see him missing from here. He's playing too well. Should have been 3 apiece. I mean, Barry only wanted the red and the pink, but it's looking like 4-2.
22. $27.
Well, he shouldn't have really had the chance here, James, but this would be a great steal. And from Dartford in Kent, Barry Hawkins will have a bit to do if this goes in.
Well, it was an unexpected miss from Barry Hawkins, and it's a great clearance from James Wattana. And you can see the Thai fans really enjoyed that. He didn't. So frame 7 gets underway. Barry Hawkins the man breaking off, and Barry Hawkins the man in trouble. He trails 4-2. James Wattana's playing really well.
Again, nearly the snooker, but this time Barry can't see reds. That's a fine shot. Well, that's an excellent return. Look at the pace as well. He's really had Barry under some pressure in this match. Playing some really good safety. You won't be enjoying this. Yes, a lot of experience in a few of those shots. Well, that was always going to be the danger, to avoid that red. That might be the beginning of the end for Barry Hawkins in this match. Well, especially if James plays a controlled cannon into the 3 reds here. He veer the pink. I think he should go for this, really. He should play the cannon and go for the match. Well, could have been better, but he has a pot on.
6. Ratchapol would not want 6.
Well, certainly not easy. Rattled the jaws but didn't drop.
Great shot. Well, I think as Hawkins shows us, I think you can probably see the one that's just behind the pink there. There's 2 reds there, the furthest one away from the cue ball. In fact, he might be in a position to try and cut it back into the other corner. It might be a guide. The white would be coming back towards the bulk area. It was just the safety. Not bad though from where he was. He's not the one under pressure here. His opponent is. Just avoided the middle jaw there. It's pretty good now. Well, there is a pot on here, but he's got to avoid the 2 reds near the top cushion. It's downward striking. Little stun shot. I think he's going for the pot here. Trying to stun over for the black. Great shot.
1.
Yeah, you can just tell when it's sort of downward striking. That was an excellent red to get in. Well, he's not out of this match yet, Barry, but he knows his next mistake might be his last.
What he has to do now is give it 100% concentration. Possibly the miss in the last frame was just slightly taking that red for granted to the middle. Can't afford to do that now.
No, he's lost the white. He knew that he was going into the black, but he was expecting a slightly thicker contact. I'm not sure whether he'll take the green on. I wouldn't have thought so.
Barry Hawkins, 9.
Another cagey frame then, 3 points in it, 3 reds on.
Yeah, clever shot that as well, using the blue and the pink for the snooker. Well played. Great touch. Well, I'll say it again. Good match this between these two. Some excellent stuff being played.
Yeah, it's all skill, that's the point. Doesn't matter how many reds you start with. It's a really difficult game, snooker. And we've seen some great skill on both sides here.
Well, I won't be best pleased with that one. Not sure what he was trying to do there, but I think this is cuttable. It's a thin cut. But Barry not interested. And again, just look at that for a safety shot. Absolutely perfect. Off the side cushion then, dead weight once more. They've certainly got the pace of this table, these two boys. Ah. Little tempter. Or perhaps not. It's not just the thought process with the safety, David, it's the execution, isn't it? I mean, you know, both players here are getting that cue ball in the right spot, making it so awkward for the opponents. Now, has he turned this one over? I think he has, you know.
Yes, it was Wattana earlier on in the match who was on top in the safety stakes, but Hawkins caught him up, I think.
One.
Well, he hasn't gone high enough for the cue ball. He was hoping to leave himself an angle on the pink to try and disturb these two reds. Now, I'm not quite sure whether he can get in behind them, and these two reds could be made into a plant. Oh, that's no good. That is end of break.
7. Barry Hawkins, 7.
No, they'll be happy enough with that. So this match has just slowed down a little. You can't guarantee 6 reds is going to be quick, because you can't guarantee how the balls are going to go.
Well, he needs some cover here. Now, has he got it with the pink? Doesn't look like it. I just wonder whether Barry can catch the other one as well. Oh, he's missed the other red. He had to play a slight swerve there, but he's nicely on the blue. Difficult to get position on this final red from here. Most of the matches we've seen so far have been free-flowing and potting and break building, but this is a little bit more tense now.
Four.
Well, he leads by 14.
A little fortunate to leave the white over the yellow there. A bit of a stretch for James. Well, it was nearly a good shot, but he might find himself in trouble after this one. Well, he asked for that a little bit. He's got options here really off both side cushions, but never easy to hit off one cushion like this. But as always, you must get the red safe. He's fluked it. Somebody in the audience said shot as soon as it came off that back cushion. Well, he will not be amused. Well, just as well, from Barry's point of view, that he hasn't left himself on an easier colour. It could have been all over. Yes, I think worth seeing again. It even confused the cameraman.
Round ball. Ratchapol, Pu-Ob-Orm on 1.
Well, big shot if he takes this on. I'm sure he's going to play this up and down. Well, one mistake from either player now. The frame is over, and it would be match over for Barry Hawkins. Not a difficult ball on the table. Well, where's that white? Very lucky. That's made all the difference.
He's getting a few little touches, isn't he? A fluke, and then that worked out well for him.
This is not a straightforward safety shot either.
No, he's under pressure here. Look at the score in the background. 4-2. It's only first to 5. Hawkins behind.
That could be a very big mistake here. If James can pot this and somehow get himself onto the green, I think he can screw off that side cushion to do that. It might be all over for that man. Well, he's missed the pot by a mile. Well, again, he's just put his hand up to apologise. He's got away with that one again.
Yes, he's not practising semaphore, James Wattana. He's just apologising for a little run of luck he's had. Good luck. Oh, look at this.
Great shot.
This is trouble.
Yes, and there's plenty of room to go around this yellow, and he's got to play it at such a pace, he can't leave the white down there. If he misses this, he could leave a free ball. You never know. He might come off the side cushion and pot it and land on the green. Stranger things have happened. Good hit. But he's left it on.
So Barry Hawkins 13 in front. He's going to need yellow, green and brown.
What a cracking snooker that was behind the black.
2.
Yeah, those sort of shots deserve to win frames.
Well, Wattana's had all the luck, but Hawkins looks like he's going to win the frame. Well, that green only just went in, but it went in. Brown for the frame for 4-3.
9.
Relief for Barry Hawkins.
Yeah, and every credit, he stuck at it here. He could have easily have lost this match, but he hasn't. He showed grit and determination, and the match for him is still alive.
14.
Yes, don't be surprised if we need all 9 frames here. We've already had 7. Big frame, of course, for Hawkins.
And a frame.
Things seem to be going against him, but it was an excellent snooker. He laid in behind the black, and that earned the chance to clear up, which is what he's done. He's still alive in the match. James Wattana leading 4-3.
I'm enjoying this one. Good match between these two. That seems to be the shot to play. Don't get it to the back cushion, keep putting it behind the ball colours. You don't play to put the white there, of course, you're looking to leave it near the back cushion, but James has found a way to get that cue ball behind the yellow and the green during this match. Barry in trouble here. I just wonder whether he's thinking of coming down this left-hand side and just a glancing blow to try and get the white near this top cushion. It's about, what, a quarter ball towards a half ball contact on this left-hand red. Well, he's hit it the wrong side, and that could be very costly. He's definitely played to hit the red and put the white near the corner pocket.
One.
Well, that would have been some shot come through the book colours. He had to power that red in, obviously, but I think he can only lay a snooker now. Now, if this was power snooker, he couldn't play this shot. You'd have to hit a cushion with the cue ball, or a ball should hit a cushion.
Ratchapol.
Actually,
1.
he would have been okay with that shot. Well, Barry once more finds himself in trouble. Can he find a way here to keep these safe? Well, that was a great effort.
Ratchapol 4.
The miss has been called. Is he tempted with the one down the cushion? And the answer is no. That was a pretty good angle that Barry found there, actually, off those two cushions, and it was just a little bit, wanted a little bit more pace. Yeah, it needs to come away from the yellow a little bit more so he can hit further down the cushion. We're getting there.
To me, to you, this is.
Are they in this event? Chuckle Brothers.
Well, still just not quite right, it would seem. But a dicey little situation, this, with red out in the open.
The danger with this shot is going around the red and leaving it on. He's done exactly that. Well, the miss won't be taken this time, that is for sure. He got the angle right the first time, not the pace. This time, the angle was wrong. It might cost him this match.
One.
Well, certainly the way Wattana's played in the match, you would fancy him, but of course at this stage the pressure comes on. Worth saying though, he's already won his first two matches of the group, so he's played well so far, and he's played well today.
This is a big match in this group for these two. Obviously, they both knew it. That's why they're up for it, actually. They know basically that, well, Barry should come through anyway, but James knows if he wins this match, he'll be through to the final stages.
7.
Might have left that one a little bit straight, though. No, will he get another chance? He will, because that's a poor shot. Didn't really get the action on the cue ball there for the intended red. There's no way the one there, the pink pots, as you can see, he's played on the left-hand one. And really, that was a poor shot for him, anyway. To be honest, it's not that easy to get safe from. This can hold the white behind the pink, use the red as the stopper. Great touch. That really was a wonderful touch. If he's got Barry snookered on all three reds as well, that was a super shot.
Yeah, it's what he's done all the match, isn't it? He's turned the screw. When things have gone wrong and he's lost position, he's dug out a good safety, just keeping the pressure on Barry Hawkins. It's a sign of great experience.
I can't tell you how good a shot that was, though, wasn't it? You know, just to hold on the pink like that, a wonderful touch. You know, to get that amount of action on the white at that pace.
It's a sort of shot, if you get it wrong, you look a real fool, but he didn't get it wrong.
Oh dear, I think he's caught the wrong side of them. Well, could have been worse.
Yeah, it's all just finished a bit close for comfort.
Well, it goes past the black, but there's no way he'll be taking that on. If he just clips off one of these reds, he's got to try and cover them. Well, he's trying to use the green and the blue for cover. can see the one near the left-hand cushion. Yeah, see the one's covered. Well, let's have a look at Hawkeye's view. This is a big shot to take on. Now, I'm not sure whether James can see enough of this one to take it on to the centre. He's not far away from a very good victory here. Well played.
One.
Well, it's a great pot, and the pink puts him 30 in front, so red and a pink, red and a black, he won't need the red on the cushion.
Great match between these two. It's been hard fought.
7.
He must be thinking the worst now, though. But he's won 2 matches in his group. You know, he's still got, what, 2 more to play, so he should be okay.
8.
Well, this is going to do wonders, I think, for James Wattana's confidence. Not just beating a top 10 player, but the way he's done it. He's played so well in all departments. Barry Hawkins needs a snooker.
And it's all
14.
over if this goes in. Oh, he's missed it. Oh, I thought he'd missed it.
Well, Hawkins knows it's over now. I said right at the start that I thought James Wattana was one of the key figures in snooker the last 20 years, what he's done for the game in Asia, and it's great to see him still producing the goods.
Well, it's obvious that he's been working hard
24.
and looking forward to this event, and this is great stuff.
Well, it's 3 wins out of 3, so we'll certainly see him later in the week in the knockout
27.
phase.
And on this form, can he win it? I suppose he can.
Well, safe to say it would be a popular victory if he could. Long way to go, but he's played well today.
Ratchapol, on 27.
He beats Barry Hawkins after a terrific match by 5 frames to 3. James Wattana acknowledging the crowd. Very strong in all areas today. And that was a really good match between these two. So it's Hawkins' first defeat. He's played 3 now, won 2, lost 1. James Wattana, to the delight of the locals, played 3, won 3. So with 2 more matches to go, he will qualify as one of the 4 from this 6-man group. But more important, I think, for him than the victory was the performance. He played really well. That will give him a lot of confidence going forward in this tournament. He beats Barry Hawkins 5-3.